Chris, thank you for inviting us in today. We're in Stockholm at the Swedish Sports Federation, where you're the head of digital. You're also a member of the Swedish University Sports Federation and a former track and field athlete yourself. Firstly, where did your interest in sport begin and how were you able to integrate that into your career?
It started from when I was 6 years old and I started to play soccer or football in Swedish. And then I probably tried out track and field, and that was the road to be more and more involved, but on the other side, not as an athlete, but more on the staff around it. I started in the youth committee within the track and field and athletics association, Swedish, and then it turned out to be a good springboard for Swedish University Sports Federation, where I'm volunteering and sitting in the steering committee or the board for that federation.
So what is your role as the head of digital involved?
Yes, and here I was headhunted because I'm doing volunteering in the University Sports Federation. So I was headhunted here in the autumn of 2017 and started my work here in March as head of digital development. And the focus here is to try to inspire because the Swedish Sports Confederation has around 300 employees within the house, in the office, but we have also many offices around Sweden. It's 19, and we need to follow the market and all the athletes, but also the audience, and they want to have digital solutions so they can follow their idols within sports.
How do you think being a track and field athlete over the years has helped your professional career?
I think it's probably really much, because you stay focused, you know how to, you set up goals. It's a pretty big goals that you need to try to reach for a long time, and you need to execute every day to make it happen. So you find your way. You need to have these kind of milestones, and I think that has helped real lot to stay focused and to understand it takes time to reach where I am today. So yeah.
You mentioned you were headhunted for this role as the head of digital. Over the years, what were some of the little things you did every day so that by the time this opportunity became available, you're the best candidate for it?
I think it's a combination. When I was a student, I did my professional as a track and field athlete, but also did the studies, and to combine these two is a dual career. And I think if you do well in sports, you gain something that will make it easier to step into the regular work life. The habits, it's like you know what is expected, and then as all the athletes that have goals and struggle on the way knows that you need to stay focused and work hard, and you need to have the patience to really execute in the professional life, so to speak. I think it's a combination of them both.
A couple of years ago, we met at a conference for university sport. How were you able to join the board of the Swedish University Sports Federation?
I started as this is a few years back. It's 2011. I was a student and wanted to be part of a Universiade. That's the biggest event of university sports, and there I was a track and field athlete, 400 meters and 800 meters. I started to ask about the University Sports Federation, and just ask them if they ever needed help, they can reach out, and that's the way I get into it. And I have been there for 6 years. I've been working for the competition committee, but also the international committee, and then I was selected for the board. I've been on that chair for 2 years, and now I'm candidate for the next 2 years also.
So what opportunities has that role been able to give you?
This position has given me really good opportunities because I was headhunted here. So I think to get involved with something that you are really interested in, even if it's not sport, it's really good to start to volunteer and to bring your knowledge to the table. And if you do well, other persons will see, and maybe they can't give you the opening right now, but they will have you as a name when it will be space for you to take a part.
Looking at Swedish sport as a whole and the way they operate here and the way they hold events or produce high quality athletes, what do you think it is that Sweden does really well in the sports space that the rest of the world can learn from?
I think if we look in the rule for all the athletes, not professional, or not all the professionals, but also the more, what do you call them, just regular ones that wants to do sports, but not on a professional level. Or I think we have a thing that is we have a community within the Swedish sports that if you, from when you are a child and you want to start, you start in a club, and in the club it's many volunteers. You are not, you don't have any employment and so on. I think that's one of the reasons that we have a good platform for everybody to do a sport. But I also think that we are open-minded and we want to include everybody into the sports. We see sport as a facilitator to be a whole community, even if we have people from other countries and ethnicity and so on, cultural background. The sport within Sweden is really big on that kind. We work hard to make everybody be part of the society, and we are a facilitator to great society within Sweden.
Looking at the students you see come through university sport, what are the best ones doing in terms of putting themselves ahead in their professional career compared to the others that are just focused on their sport?
I see them, what they are doing is that they understand that they need to have an education also, because the professional life of an athlete is limited to certain years, and then you need to have something to fall back on. And within the Swedish system, you need to do you need to go to gymnasium or college at the first. That you need to have. And then when you come up, and we have these kind of special federations for each individual sport, and they work hard to make all the athletes understand they need to also be educated, because, as I said, at certain years you can be a professional, and some of the professional will not continue on that path. Some of them will go and work and so on, and then it's good to have an education in the bottom. So I think the Swedish system there, and also all the people working with professional athletes, try to make them understand. We have a really good example, and it's the Swedish Swim Federation. They work. If you want to compete in the national team, you need to also study. So that is a kind of a good setup. So you can't just do swimming. You need to also do something else. And I think the research has also bring to the table is that if you do something else and not just sport, you will be better as an athlete, and that's and I can't answer that question, but the research have shown us that.